The man carefully drew a circular QR code by hand. Then he held it up to the camera inside his prison cell. Something unbelievable happened. Every electronic device instantly reset. As a result, every person on Earth suddenly collapsed into a coma. The year was 2034. Walker walked into a convenience store, grabbed a bottle of liquor, and tried to leave without paying. But the store's upgraded security doors stopped him. Not only did he fail to get through, but he also dropped the bottle, shattering it across the floor. By the time the police arrived, Walker was calmly leaning against a glass display case. The officers began by running a facial recognition scan. It showed he had no criminal record. Even so, they decided to collect a DNA sample. The moment it was analyzed, everything changed. Walker's DNA triggered the highest level orange alert. The officers immediately placed him under arrest. Using a key found in Walker's pocket, they searched his home. Inside, it looked like a graveyard for computers. Computer hardware was piled up everywhere. The desk was covered with scattered sketches that looked remarkably similar to circuit board designs. While searching the house, the officers discovered a locked room. After forcing the door open, they found a setup that looked like something straight out of a science fiction movie. At the center of the room stood a computer with its main monitor mysteriously covered by a white cloth. Just then, the female officer heard a faint noise. Meanwhile, Walker was taken in for interrogation. The investigators showed him a suitcase containing an unidentified body and questioned him about the murder. Walker refused to answer. Instead, he became more interested in whether he had been taken to the country's highest security prison. He had heard that its central computer was the most powerful system in the nation and was directly connected to the national security network. The lead investigator explained that Walker's behavior during the psychological evaluation would influence the length of his sentence. Walker remained completely indifferent. Instead of defending himself, he insisted on telling his story first and said they could sentence him however they wanted afterward. Years earlier, Walker had worked as a video game reviewer. He had an unmatched passion for video games. One day, his editor assigned him to review a revolutionary new game developed by one of the world's top companies. A positive review would bring him both fame and fortune. Sitting in the car on the way there, Walker could barely contain his excitement. As soon as he arrived, the developers introduced him to the project's groundbreaking concept. They explained that the game contained the first fully digital life forms ever created. Rather than controlling them like ordinary game characters, Walker was expected to treat them as living beings. His role was to act like a god. He would help them reproduce, teach them new skills, and guide them as they built their own civilization. Although the developers had written the original code, the digital life forms would continue evolving on their own. Even their creators had no idea what they would eventually become. Everything depended on how the digital civilization evolved.